How you doing, guys? We're going to actually take a look at another mapping service, and it's kind of ironic because just yesterday I did a kind of a app review on City Maps to Go. And then Nokia came out with their version of mapping service called Here Maps, and we're going to bring it up now. Of course, this is the very first version they just come out with today, and it's really lacking in several areas. I find that it's not very polished. It's just very basic mapping service. It's not easy to use or intuitive. I find myself problems navigating even the simple menu system. Had a lot of problems. Now, normally when you bring it up, it'll go to your nearest location first. And normally you would see all the points of interest in there the very first time I did. And the bottom part bar, you would actually see all the points of interest on the bottom. For some reason it doesn't work anymore, but I can show you what it'll normally show. So you have to double click on it, and from here you can show various points of interest: eating out, shopping, going out, sites, some of the things. And then you just simply choose what you wanted to see, and something like this would come up. And we're going to go back to our current location. And you can also, we're going to look at some of the turn-by-turn directions. Another thing you can do with the Here Maps is you can actually download one area. You can only do one area at a time. It's kind of the limit, and limits it to about 10 megabytes, and that's it. So you can actually use this without wireless or 3G or 4G service, or LTE, however you want to call it. You can also do some routes, of course, turn-by-turn directions. And as you can see right here, I've already did some testing on it, just going to my local Starbucks. And it even supports turn-by-turn directions using voice. It will actually tell you the turns and everything. That is in beta, and it had to download an additional add-on. Now, the first time I used it, it seemed to work. After that, I couldn't get the voice to come up anymore. But we're actually going to select another thing for it to find, and hopefully I can get it to work. Last time I couldn't. Okay, now it's working. I'm actually going to select a Starbucks out of my own town and down into Corpus. And okay, here's a route to one of the Starbucks down in Corpus away from me. And you can choose, of course, how you're going to get there. Either if you look in the upper left-hand side, you'll see a car, a pedestrian, and a bus. So if I wanted to walk, I just click on the little person, and it actually takes me way out of the way. Of course, some areas you can't really walk. It doesn't have any sidewalks, so it kind of has a faraway route. And then also using a public transit. Now, I don't have any local transit in my Portland area, so of course it's not really showing you anything. And often I find, like I said, this app very confusing navigating around. It doesn't seem to allow me to erase any previous turn-by-turn directions. Often trying to get back and see here it's showing the previous turn-by-turn, which I can't seem to get rid of. And it seems to act very much like a web browser. When you go back and forward, it just goes to the previous search, which I found very annoying as well. And of course we can get rid of that. And if you're I suppose you could, if you're thinking of getting this and want to turn-by-turn directions, you could look at this. I would probably avoid it at all costs. In fact, I'm going to take it off my mobile device. To me, it's really severely lacking, even though it does have turn-by-turn directions and voice commands integrated with it, which I can't seem to get it to work again. So there you go.